he's just so monumentally stupid.
Now, this is an interesting comment that echoes a sentiment I hear from a lot of liberals on this platform. This person says, and yet it's the more liberal states that fund those non-productive conservative states. Now, you don't have to listen to anything I say about this. Even the person who commented this, you're welcome to scroll on. But let me offer a couple things about how that's mostly not true. But even in the instances it is, that's an indictment against those liberal states. So first of all, when you say that these conservative states are non-productive, I'm just wondering, where do you think all your food comes from? What states do you think are growing all the shit you eat every day? Because I can tell you it's not California, it's not New York, it's not Illinois.
Okay, we're going to jump in right there. I'm going to show you the rest of his video, but we're going to go ahead and jump in right there. That's not true, but if it is, it's an indictment on the states that generate the fucking GDP. Where do I think our food comes from? It comes from a variety of states. You said it's not California, it's not Illinois, it's not these other blue states. It's actually some of those blue states and some red states. It's a combination, with California being the largest agricultural receipt-producing state in the country. From the USDA, which are the top 10 agriculture-producing states, number 1 on the list by a fucking mile is California. The very first state you said wasn't on the list. Illinois, another state you said wasn't on the list, is number 5. Another blue state, Minnesota, 6. See, it's a mixture of states. But the states you said are not growing any food grow some of the most. As a matter of fact, when it comes to soybean production, Illinois is the number 1 state. God damn, does this man peddle in bullshit. But go on.
I mean, Maine is hooking us up with some lobster. But mostly, everything you're putting in your mouth is grown from those non-productive conservative states. Now, sure, you call them non-productive because they don't have huge cities, amusement parks, or national foundations where they can teach, dance theory. But they are growing all your fucking food. So that seems pretty productive to me. Now, secondly, why does more money come from these liberal states? Well, that's a product of the fact that it's far more expensive to live in a liberal state because Democrats don't know how to manage a state government and make it really expensive to fucking be there.
Pause. No, you fucking imbecile. Demand is what makes it more expensive. Supply and demand. The more people that want to live in a given area, the more it costs to live there. The more it costs for housing, the more it costs for insurance, the more it costs for food and infrastructure, because more people want it. It's supply and demand. Nobody wants to live in the middle of fucking Nebraska. People want to live in Chicago and San Francisco and Los Angeles and New York, as is evident by the fucking numbers. No, Democrats do know how to run their states so well, as a matter of fact, that they're keeping their states afloat while keeping those red states afloat. And when we talk about those red states not being productive, it's not about what they produce or don't produce. It's about the GDP that comes out of them. Yes, every state produces something. Maine produces lobster. Iowa and Nebraska produce corn. Texas produces oil and cattle. Every state produces something. But how much GDP comes out of those states? Not a lot. We generate the GDP in those liberal states. So, you've proven that you don't know shit about which states produce agricultural products, and you have absolutely no fucking idea how supply and demand works. What does the rest of the video have to offer us?
What happens when all the people in your state have to make a shitload more money to live there? Well, what happens is they pay significantly higher federal income tax because they're making more money. And federal income tax doesn't take into account the fact that it's really more expensive to live there. So they're getting more money from the liberal states because those people are making more money because they need to live there. Whereas conservative states like Arkansas or Alabama or Florida, it's far less expensive to live there.
Let me just jump in right there and spotlight that this fucking guy is explaining to you how we make more money in blue states. And that's a bad thing. That's a bad thing. There's more of a demand for something. See, he claims to be a capitalist and doesn't understand capitalistic philosophies. There's more of a demand for something, so the price goes up. So you need to make more money to live there. So demand for higher wages goes up, and therefore wages skyrocket. All these people in blue states make more money. No fucking shit. God damn, man, this guy's an idiot.
Quality of life with the money you do. And sure, the majority of the population in Arkansas makes far less than the majority of the population in California or New York. But it also takes far less to afford things and live a good life in Arkansas than it does in California and New York. Like if you make $50,000 a year in California and New York City, you're fucking broke. But if you make $50,000 a year in Arkansas or Alabama, you can live a pretty good life. You could have property. You could raise a family. You can live a good life. But you'll need at least 5 times that to live in California, which, making 5 times the amount, you're going to pay a shitload more federal income tax. Therefore, it's going to seem like California is contributing more to the national economy. But that's just because the Democrats they have in charge don't know how to manage an economy. They don't know how to stop spending, so they don't know how to stop taxing. So yeah, liberal states send more to the federal government through federal income tax. But that's because the people in those states have to make a lot more if they just want to get by. And I don't know if you're trying to call that a good thing, but I wouldn't.
He's literally trying to convince his followers making more money is now a bad thing. And no, it doesn't make it seem like we're contributing more to the federal government. We are contributing more to the federal government. We generate the GDP. Period. We make the money. You guys grow a lot of food. We grow a lot of food too. But we make the GDP. We're the states and the counties that generate the fucking money. And the red states don't levy enough taxes on their people to even cover their fucking bills. So then they need our blue state money. Yeah, see, it costs less to live in Arkansas. No fucking shit. When you're paying your bills on somebody else's money, it can cost a lot less to live. It would cost a lot less to live in this house if I could pay my fucking bills with my neighbor's money. The way blue states or red states do with blue states. See, you want to brag about states that don't have to take a lot of tax money from their residents. No, they take it from us. It doesn't just appear out of nowhere. Guys, seriously, is this an act with this fucking jamoke, or is he legitimately this fucking stupid?